Good afternoon or evening, wherever you may be, or you may be having coffee, depending on what side of the world you're at. But anyway, I just want to jump on here and do a little short stream and say hello to you guys and gals. Hope everyone out there is having a good day. Hope I'm not overpowering here, but no one in this thing because it's a last minute post. It's what you really call a pop up stream. So, not sure of the name yet. I just wanted to get away from the gun. 1776 is fine. But I did want to get away from the guns thing. And no, I'm not scared or running from anything on that. So it doesn't bother me. I'm worried about some kind of name on social media, YouTube. So, but appreciate it, Colt. Good to see you, man. Colt 1927's joined us. Good to see you, brother. I was on Bubba Triclops Ballistics. He was did his first stream around 11 or so. I was on there with him a little bit. I told him, I texted him, I said, hope I didn't ruin your show talking about technology. And that's what I say, when you do a show, if you ain't careful, if you don't have topics written down, you kind of wonder just to be talking, you know. Good to see you, Ron. Thank you for coming in, man. Check him out, guys. Check Coates over in the forum, where most of us, well, some of us come from the Highboy, 76highboy.com forum over there. I know Coat does, and a few others, Critter, 9A, Mac, he's over there, of course, CW, Walter, Viejo, bunch of them. But appreciate you dropping in. Just, I don't know, just want to talk a little bit. James Pollard, good to see you, James. How you doing, man? Been wanting to do Brownells, trying to get some headspace gauges, which I got them in a cart, which you all have heard me mention it on numerous times. But they ran out of the doggone reaction rod. Now, Midway's got the Wheeler Vice Block, which Hasbro has. I'm thinking it's only $21 and get that doggone reaction rod, which is $100 at another time. That way I can go ahead and get started a lot quicker. And basically all I need to get on the uppers, boat carrier group, and once I get that, and a handguard and a barrel nut. So that'll be ready to go together. I've got 3 barrels total. Well, yeah, 6.5 Grendel that Eagle Run 23 sent me, which I thanked him for that. Too generous, actually. Very generous guy. Got a SOCOM Faxon barrel, NATO, and I've got a Criterion I'm sending back. Sometimes I think I'm not, because it's been like a year and a half. They gave me a number, and I just never. We don't have a FedEx around this house here anywhere, so I have to. Every time I leave the house, I forget. So it's in the barrel's actually in my truck now. That way I don't forget. Then even then, I'll drive by the thing. I don't want to send it UPS because I hear they confiscate 80% lowers and whatever they deem a part. Apparently they went woke, and I do have a channel. I don't know if they did away with it. Google is talking about inactivity. They'll do away with your channel. I got one called Bullet Point, which is not developed. I could talk about more controversial things. Politics, whatever, or day's events. And then whoever that crowd wants to get in there and raise a little cane and we can all vent, we could. I do like, even though I don't talk politics a lot, I do like talking politics, but then again, it can kind of go sideways but most of us are conservative. I mean, most of us are patriots, which I got that new name. I don't know if that's a good name or not. You guys let me know. I could put the dot between the A and R, or put AR's Patriot Nation, but I didn't want to say it was my Patriot Nation, So that's, good morning, Hobo. Says, good morning, me highlight you, man. I think I would know that better by now, wouldn't you? 62 degrees. Oh, wow, 62 degrees. It's 89, almost 90 here. Partly cloudy on the west coast in Canada, expecting a high of 70 degrees. Yep. There's parts. Okay. Yeah. I bet, yeah, Canada's definitely. Hobo says AR Patriot Nation is good. Keep it. Yeah, I wanted a kind of a, I don't want to explain it wrong. I wanted a kind of a thing that catchy that would, include all of us. Not just AR guns, 1776. I don't know. It's just something I thought about for a while. Bubba appreciate it, Bubba. Yeah, I was saying earlier, Bubba had his first stream, 11 I think he's going to do it on Wednesdays. Check him out. Pleasure being there, Bubba. I enjoyed it. Even though I kind of got a little off track, believe me and Echo used to, when I first started streaming, and we still do it. I'd get off topic, and there's times I've deleted streams, I think we all have, maybe a few of us anyway. And you tend to wander into areas probably you shouldn't go sometimes. And I definitely am more cautious of that when I'm on somebody's channel. But then even then, I'm human. I mess up, and end up doing it. But I tell you what I like about a co-host. It's okay doing solo. A co-host, me and Echo would call each other. We would do a whiteboard here. We'd talk about topics. We'd talk about what I call fillers that's related maybe to that topic or whatever else we want to talk about. And we would bullet point it or put it on the board here. And it just went better. The shows just right through, everything would be on topic. And I wouldn't, because he had a tendency sometimes to get kind of crazy, and I had a tendency to go in the gutter a little bit. And I wanted to make it family friendly for kids. If they were at the reloading bench, nobody, instead of talking locker room jokes, we could talk about, anybody could be reloading at the bench and listen to us. So Ron says he likes it. Great name. He can't. Yeah, that's true to death. Ask me how I know. He says, Obo. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I've had quite a few names. Now I got to get a hold of Guns and Barbecue. He's the one that made my original AR guns, and maybe convert that, maybe color. I don't know. I kind of want color. I was telling Bubba that. Maybe make it around like that. Just say AR Patriot Nation and repeat itself in a circle. I like that circle. And I want to get some stickers, of course, and for giveaways. And yeah, I'm going to do giveaways. Got to. Everybody's doing them. I might as well do some. I've wanted to for a while. I just didn't know what to get, really. And I can't quite afford to get into knives. That's a little hefty. I am retired. So, yeah, it sure does, Hobo. It really does. I used to, Echo would be struggling sometimes, and I'd go, just go do a coffee open panel, and I'd tell him, and he'd go in there and throw the, stream up and title it, and I'd say, what did you come up with? I didn't tell him. I'd just give him ideas, and he would do it, and we had some good shows in the early days, I thought. Pretty good crowd in there. And some of our best crowds were when we really were talking topics, like 450 Bushmaster or 458 SOCOM and this, that, and the other. And Bubba was showing those bullets in his stream this morning. I think Echo had some blue ones, had blue tips on it, some kind of, I guess, polymer. But yeah, it does. Yeah, because ideas, it's kind of, I don't know why, it's just a little harder by yourself. Like I filled in for Macman show one time, and I come up with beginning reloading, and I, picked out some little subjects, and it did pretty good. Had a good number on it, about 27. And but by yourself, sometimes you put stuff up and you look at it and go, well, yeah, I thought of that, but it's just two heads are always better than one, in my opinion. It absolutely is. But very few people I can get. Echo was retired. I'm retired. Echo was, disabled and legally blind. So we could actually take the time to talk and come up with a show back then. And it's hard to find a co-host that's available. Everybody's typically either some retired and then most everybody's working. It is hot here, even though it's only 90, humid. Let me see what Ron's saying here. One thing I wish I would have done earlier on, I wish my channel name would blanket what I do better than just my name. Yeah, and I actually like the names. I've pondered that, Ron. Just putting, AR is part of my last name. I'll say that. Even though it reminds you of the gun or, American Revolution. I've had people go, AR American Revolution. I go, yes and no. It's actually my initial of my last name. But I've thought of that my name just to get it over with. But I think it's okay. You got a good big channel anyway. It seems to be doing good content. But yeah, I do overthink the name. I think one time I had it. Actually, I started out American Reloader. Some of you may not know that, and I thought, well, that's kind of corny. And then I went to AR Precision. I said, that's kind of stupid, because then if you say precision, a lot of people roll their eyes. And then I come up with AR Guns 1776 one day, and who knows? I may go back to it. I don't know, but I like the Patriot Nation. I do. I think 9/11 coming up got me to thinking about it. And oh boy, that was a difficult time. And I still have a flag here. Check this out. I bought quite a few. I didn't buy any big ones, but I bought a few of these things. A couple of them are back there almost identical. I bought two of them during September 11th, and I've had them all these years. I tell you, flags were selling out like you wouldn't believe back then. All over our neighborhood, on this main streets here in this small county, everybody's buying flags everywhere. And like I say, I think Mac's going to cover, and Hillbilly's going to have a topic Monday night at 9 on 9/11. I almost said 1911. 9/11. So you all check that out. I may jump up there for a little bit, and there's a lot of things that I may end up stating politically, but I got to make sure it's okay. But who knows? We'll see how it goes. One thing I never liked, and I'll say this today, and I'll go there. I did not like the idea years later, in hindsight, being 50-50, that we supposedly waterboard, and this is controversial, waterboard our special forces. And then all of a sudden it was torture to waterboard the terrorists. Considering what they do to us, so what if we tied them up, stuck them on a stool, and left them there for 8, 10 hours or 20 hours? Who knows? I mean, my God, give me a break. I mean, that did bother me, and it always has bugged me. I said, that just don't make sense, how we've gotten. But see what he said. He's been following the PA escape murder, and so, I've seen some of the news, but I haven't seen that one. I didn't know that. Colt says, I fly Betsy's Ross flag in front of my house. I've talked for years, I want me a 25-foot flagpole out front and put maybe some little gravel, if I even have to get granite, or driveway gravel, put a little bed around it. I want it 25 so I can go to a little bit bigger flag. I told my roommates for the past decade or two, I said, well, if I get it out there, I'm going to put, don't tread on me. I may put a Confederate flag. And the guy goes, when COVID hit, everything went woke. And he goes, you put that out there, you may get in trouble. He tells me one day, he said, they beat an old man up north somewhere. They took him off, beat the crap out of him on his front porch. The whole neighborhood ganged up on him. And I think I mentioned this once in a stream. And I says, well, we're kind of conservative around here. I said, let them see what that happens here if they try to drag me off my porch. I don't think that'll work too well for them. And matter of fact, I said this before. He even asked me. He was 40 years old, I think. One day he mentioned that his daughter was going to go down here to the courthouse and do I won't say what, but a march. Protest. And I said, COVID was here. Well, excuse me. I ain't supposed to say that. The flu was here. They knocked me off because I said that. So be it. Flu was here. And I says, you go down there, man. Don't come. I said, I can't. No way. There was two reasons why I didn't want him to. That and another one. But that was his business, of course. But I says, hey, you go down there and get exposed. And I said, may have to find you a place. Yeah. But he did. He got to telling me stuff like that. What if they drag you off the porch? What if they come up here in the yard? What are you going to do? And I thought, this is weird as crap. This guy, granted, I'm probably 2 decades older than him, but he was a smart guy, but he was what he was. He seemed conservative, claimed he grew up on a farm. The only thing I noticed about farming, he killed my tomato plants with fertilizer. And I didn't say nothing because I didn't want to hurt his feelings. And I lost tomato plants that I'd planted. I think about 6 or 7 of them. But I need better dirt out there, actually. But But thank you guys for dropping by. Got 8 people on. Not bad. Just come on here, just say hello. Like I say, I'm trying to order I think I will order the Wheeler action block with that little alignment, gas tube alignment thing on it. It's just $21. That way I can go ahead and get started a little faster. And all I need really after that, gauges and that, is really a handguard, and then of course the bolt carrier group and charging handle. So I'll be able to get that up and going quick. I see not bots out there. 76, may have to change that, but that's okay. 1776, I still like that. There's another guy, I forget, something to do with 2A, and a few years later after 1776 that some people quote that year. I forget what year it is. I need to get a come and take it. Oh, yeah. I'd like to get that one too. Don't tread on me is good. Come and take it. Now, when I first moved here, I moved here in 05. It shows how old I am. There's a cop over here on the street. He used to fly his Confederate flag and then the Georgia Confederate, partially Confederate flag. That was for, I think, Sonny Perdue changed it, which is odd because you'd think they wouldn't have done that, but they did. And I kind of understand why. But there's nothing wrong with the Confederate flag. I don't care what they say. Nothing wrong with our monuments either. We should not forget the history that we have. If you bury your history, I think you're doomed as a nation. But I may end up saying little things occasionally, quotes from like Reagan. I did this one time, Brother Bob. Freedom is fragile. It is not passed down into the bloodstream. It has to be taught. That is true. Now, granted, I have to look up there to see it, to remember it until I get used to saying it. But hey, Tasha, how you doing? No fishing today? You're probably working. Thank you for dropping by. Check her out, guys. She does fishing streams. Well, she does not hang out at the truck stop at night. Sometimes I think 8:39. You put your time, Tasha. I forget sometimes. It used to be 9:30, I think. She fishes occasionally and does live streaming on that. That's cool. Fishing community. I like that community. I think it's cool. I don't fish as much as I would like to. And supposedly my brother's going to go fishing. And we bought the poles and we still haven't been. I kind of figured it'd be that way. But me, I can sit for a few hours. I'm not that restless and fish, even if I don't get a bite. I told him one day, I mentioned this before. I said, I'm going to live stream it if I can. He goes, that's private. I'm old school. He's younger than me, but I think he's more old school than I am. I said, hey, man, people like to see people fishing. It's good stuff. Especially at night, pulling those big cats. That's unreal. Saturday, Sunday, Monday nights. Let me highlight that for you guys. Saturday, Sunday, Monday nights at 9 p.m. This Saturday won't be live. Going to do a morning stream. Yeah, I heard you mention that. Yeah. I forget what time in the morning. 8:30. I don't typically get out of bed sometimes 9. Sometimes I get up at 9. Sometimes I'm up at 5 or 6. But I'm awake, but I'm still in bed. But anyway, update on that. I'm waiting on I was originally waiting on the reaction rod to get back in stock. Other sites have it, but I didn't want to, pay shipping here to one company, then go pay shipping in another company. That's one reason I held off on Brownells getting it. But I may just go ahead and do the vice block. I'm going to text Hasbro, talk with him in a day or two and see if it. I know it works because he's built some ARs and it apparently works good enough. I know there's another one, Plastics Revolution, I think. They make vice blocks. They're pretty good. I know Highboy used to show them years ago. You don't hear much about them as much as you used to, but they're good vice blocks. And believe it or not, that vice right there is not even available anymore. Not in, I forget the name of it now. It's so long. That's forged steel. It used to be like a $200 vice. I think I paid $120 or something like that from Amazon or Home Depot. I can't remember which one. And after that, about a year later, they went to ductile iron and totally phased out the forged. I think Capri which is part of Capri Tools. Maybe Capri has one that's still forged, but heck, I don't even remember the vise. It's been so many years. Yoast. That's it. It's a 5-inch, but boy, is it strong as crap. It's the best. I've always wanted a good steel vise, and I was able to find one, and it's a lot harder to break that vise. I may eventually take this island out here and build some shells with plywood. That's another issue. Plywood's so high. And maybe build a little desk out there, or get a small desk and stream straight onto the to the bench here instead of out that way. Because I can do angles right here okay for a live show tutorial, but I would kind of like to be able to everything to face the workbench. I think that's a little bit better position. So something I'm working on. I need to redo this room. It's kind of getting piled up in here. I had to hang my flag. It fell, which Hasbro sent me that. But that Come and Take It is a good one, boy. I like that one. I got to go get some either today or tomorrow. Probably it's late now. I may go get a few cans of non-chlorinated brake cleaner. I used that to clean out the oil pans and timing chain and all that. I used a brake cleaner entirely in 2005 to rebuild my Toyota 4-cylinder. I didn't have no VAD. I didn't have no, parts cleaner or nothing. I just sat there and used rags and brake cleaner, and everything was perfect. Kept it wrapped in plastic. Colt says here, let me see what he got here. I made a vise block from wood for my AR and for my camper. That's what I want. I seen somebody, I think School of American Rifleman. He used deck board, square, cut it like a horseshoe, for the part that goes in and out. Mine's square on my vise. And he glued a piece of leather on it. So he has two boards, slips right down in the vise. And he's able to put, aluminum there with that leather and close it up, So I was thinking about getting a little piece of deck board and gluing some leather on it and dropping it down in my vise, making some pads. I may get some rubber ones, hard rubber too, for it. Not rubber, but plastic for the vise. For certain little things. I know you can get the metal that stretches around them. You can get quite a few different things. Magnetic. Supposedly they don't stick too good because the magnets aren't strong enough. But I definitely want to make a couple of pieces of wood for the vise. Bub, I think it's called the Gonzalez flag. Can't remember. That sounds familiar, but I'm not sure. Moulin Lebeau. Can't even pronounce it. Yeah, check Tasha out. She's good people. Got a lot of good channels, a lot of good people out here in this entire YouTube community, actually. Not just in firearms or, reloading, fishing, homesteading, you name it, they're out there. But let's see. Trying to think what I've got. I'm starting to, I do have this. I got 100 rounds of that. I'm going to load some hollow point 9s with some silhouette. And what's weird, there's no load data on it, only 124 grain, but I'm going to copy it from the, what is it? I'm trying to think. Can't remember if it's SIG or, there is some load data for 115 grain, but it's not the exact same bullet, but it's still almost the same. And I'm going to put silhouette in it. I got to buy half of 4 pounds of big old jug of silhouette powder. It's made for matches and it's made for law enforcement, supposedly low flash. But James says, I use pieces of aluminum angle. Now I got that, James. Angle iron for soft jaws for the vise. I actually got that back in there in my room. Bought it to do something here with. Used it for clamping. But I had some plastic angle too that I actually had cut for that device. I don't know what I did with it. It's been so long now. But yeah, that's a good idea. Aluminum. Because I know you can get aluminum jaws. I kind of like that board thing because I got a jigsaw so I can drill it and cut it out and just drop them down in there, take the wood out when I want. Or fake wood, what it is. Get some leather maybe on Amazon or somewhere and glue it up and have a vise for gripping stuff. But yeah, I think I'm going to pass on that reaction rod. I'm going to eventually get it because they say it's really nice, especially for stubborn bolts. And you can also check the clocking of the barrel. make sure it's clocked right with your receiver. And I watch that. I hadn't watched it lately, but I do watch that at School of American Riflemen. I'm gonna get some pins and might do a few no-go gauges for some of the sections that wear on the AR-15 platform, where I can go, yeah, this passes, no, this don't. Of course, I'm not gonna have that many probably to check, but I may get that and rig me up with some kind of go and no-go gauge pin set or something. I know, was it Viejo has pin sets. A lot of guys that mess with guns do. Have a good one, Tasha. You have a great evening. Thank you for dropping by. Yeah, I'll try that aluminum. I definitely got a couple of I think I bought 3 or 4 foot of it from angle aluminum from a Home Depot here a while back. What air is out here? It's humid. I have allergies. Sometimes I even lose my voice when I do these streams. But, appreciate each and every one of you being here. Good to seeing you guys today. Let me go up here and look through the list. I see myself there. Colt 1927's with us. Ron Wayne. Appreciate you being here. Hobbies Hobo. Bubba Triclops Ballistics. He's supposed to be getting some sleep. He got to be working. Appreciate you being here, though, Bubba. Jumping in, man. James Pollard. Good to see you, Hobo and Pollard. Ron Wayne, Colt 1927. Art and Adventure with Tasha. Thank you for coming here, each and every one of you. Most of the time I do shows, I try to remember to post it in the forum. Get Info Bros over here sometimes, Reb Tyree, Critter. Critter ain't coming over as much. He used to be on my panels quite a bit. I hadn't talked to him in a long time, so we'll get Critter over here and talk with him. And Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time was my standard slot for a couple of years, but just apparently getting crowded, if you know what I mean. So I may end up moving. I ponder 2 moves: Monday night before Mac and Friday night at 6, which is Echo's slot. It used to be. So I try not to stream over here, but apparently it's happening. So good to see you, Ron. I'm going to actually close it down. Just wanted to say hello for a few minutes and see who all dropped by. It's just a pop-up stream, so typically nobody got noticed, and you never know who's going to show up. I hadn't seen Reb for a while either, Colt. I said something hello to him, I think, a week or 2 ago in a High Boys thing. I don't even know if he's seen me because I didn't see him respond. But he's a nice guy, really is. I think he's former military, it seems like. Anyway, guys, I'm going to kind of get out of here. I'm going to be buying more AR, tools, and we'll be doing some little sitting here at the bench talking about basically hand talk. Can't assemble it, but I can sure show it. I'll say, here's what I did, and we'll do that for a while, see how that goes. And I can't edit. I just don't like it. Am I good at it? No. So if it seems oddly edited, to just overlook it. Short streams I can do, videos. They're not that hard. It's kind of what you see is what you get. But the best ones are edited because it keeps on, changing the scene. It keeps you interested. Seems to keep people coming back. But hopefully I'm going to go over and actually I might go over and private message him. I hadn't been over there. I think I was over here past week or so on the forum. And I posted Happy Labor Day the other week, or this past week. But guys, I appreciate you coming here. Welcome, AR's Patriot Nation. Remember, most of us are patriots. We need to keep making sure the new generation are patriots. I hate that we tend to seem like we're losing the love of this country. And Reagan used to call it a shining city on a hill. And a lot of people say that without the United States, the world would go to HELL, and it would be chaos everywhere because, why? Russia, China, the bad guys would really run amok. So I do believe that we are a shining city on a hill. So Uncle John come in. Been a while, Uncle John. Good to see you. Oh, man, it is, man. Yeah, I smoker. I didn't really want a pellet. I think my doctor at the PCOM College, Philadelphia College of Medicine, mentioned it years ago. I said, I want a green egg. And he says, oh, that's too much trouble. I said, well, what? He said, get you a Traeger pellet. And I said, pellet? Well, boy, it cooks good. And it's not it's just a $450 one at the Walmart, but it's a big one, and it does cook good, boy. So appreciate you being there, Uncle John. Good, Viejo jumped in there. Good to see you, Viejo. Appreciate each and every one of you coming in. I'm gonna call it a thing. I got things to do here. I got to go get either today or tomorrow. I'll go get brake fluid and clean all the parts. And got 2 valve covers I got to paint and restore. And I have a manifold I should paint and restore, but I'm afraid to paint it and afraid that it'll peel and turn yellow if I clear coat it. Kind of torn what to do with the intake manifold. It's natural looking, aluminum, but it originally had clear coat on it 30-something years ago in 1989. So some people paint it and clear coat it, and they say it won't last. So I'm kind of been doing little things, cleaning up parts here lately. I got to go take the manifold and scrape the gaskets off and all that. Anyway, enough of that. But DJ Play Nice, how you doing? Thank you for dropping in, brother. Guys, talk me out of buying a 6. Okay. Yeah, you've mentioned Grendel, so I don't think you're in that. I don't really want back Eagle Eye Shooting once shot a lot of 6mm. Originally when that came out, that was the biggest thing since Swiss cheese. And I kind of drifted away from it and thought about staying with a Grendel. Heck, it's expensive enough, but I'm not an authority on Grendels. Best to go to people like Eagle Eye Shooting. He shot a bunch of 6mm. Check his videos out. It's called Eagle Eye Shooting, Bubba. You never seen him? I think he does some gunsmith work now too and stuff. He used to occasionally drop in the streams back in the day when me and Echo would stream. I hadn't seen him in a long time. But me, I'm gonna go with the Grendel, and hopefully down the road get me a single action, of course, and Ruger Vaquero probably. I could go with the Piata, whatever they call them, but I'm kind of leaning towards that Ruger. That way I can load a stout 45 Colt. Anyway, guys, thank you for dropping in, man. Great being here with you. Hope the new name works out. If it don't, I'll change it again. Anyway, have a good one. Remember, we're all patriots. Hang in there. And remember, freedom is not free. It is fragile. Something you have to hold on to and teach people. Good seeing you too, Uncle John. It's been a while, like I said. He used to always be in my streams, but when you ain't there, I miss you, man. Good to see you, James Pollard. Appreciate you coming in there. Bubba, DJ, each and Ron Wayne, Uncle John, Hobo, Hobbies Hobo, Art and Adventure with Tasha, Coat 1927. Easy to scroll through when you don't have many in the side chat. I know when I used to kind of appear on Georgia sometimes, boy, I'd scroll something like for 5 minutes. Scroll as fast as you could. Ron Wayne, make sure I haven't missed nobody. That's about it. Sometimes you get people jump on here right when you're closing out. Anyway, have a good one, guys, and I will let you know about the gunsmith stuff I buy. I'll maybe do a video on it or show it in a live stream. Y'all have a good one, and God bless. Take care.